Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Unfiltered Wellness. I am Gabriel Jacobo with my main man, Austin. Austin, how are you?
Dude, I am doing good. Great morning. We actually have nice weather. I think we're like 40, but there's no wind. And so, in Oklahoma, if there's no wind, it feels good.
No wind and 40 degrees is kind of elite.
What are you guys up there today?
It's
Just
like
cold.
30
Just
something, 30 something degrees, 20 something degrees, but there's no wind chill, so it's kind of okay.
okay. Okay. I
Yeah.
like it. I like it.
So before we get into the episode, we're going to recap HYROX Phoenix, but before I wanted to do that, we wanted to talk about what we have going on. The scholar, if you're listening to this as of what is it, Wednesday, February 4th, the scholarship is still live. We have several scholarships we have up for grabs. It's going to consist of one fully covered scholarship as well as several partially covered scholarships. We're going to It can include performance and nutrition, just performance, just nutrition. We're gonna give all those options up for people, but make sure if you haven't filled out your application yet, please do. This is a big thing. We don't do it very often. We're not going to do it very often. We just want to identify individuals who are ready to take that next step in investing in themselves and giving themselves the best opportunity to succeed. So, Austin, do you have anything to say about it before we get into the episode?
I think we're both products of coaching. Like we've both had coaches, whether it was high school, college, now, I've usually have a team of anywhere from 2 to 4 coaches at a
Yep.
time that I personally work with. So I 100,000,000% believe in coaching. And, I'll never forget the first time, like, I really hired a coach and I was like, "Man, this is scary." I put it on a credit card and was like, "This is either gonna work or I just made the dumbest purchase of my life." I did every single thing to a T, and that still to this day is the best I've ever executed, the best I've ever felt. It was right before my wedding. That was spot on. So I think there's
Yeah.
something to be said about taking those leaps and really, investing in yourself. But at the same time, I've also had people when I was a kid give me opportunities when it came to like going into a CrossFit gym. Uh, they let me end up, I didn't ask for free. I asked if I could do something because I knew I had to put something into it.
Hmm.
That's what gets me really excited here too. Is like just if you don't win the full, we still are offering some partial scholarships. These are
Yep.
still a phenomenal, phenomenal deal. That's kind of what I look at whenever I was a kid. And I went into a CrossFit gym. I was like, can I clean? Can I do something to help pay for me and my mom's memberships?
Yep.
And that was, I've always tried to keep that still somewhere in everything. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited. We've got, quite a few applications already in. Excited to
Yep.
see what else rolls in with us over the next, I guess, 2 days. So it'll be good,
Yeah.
man.
Well put. And I just want to say the same thing. I invested in myself with you, and it really made a huge difference, just not in my physical look or the superficial part of it, but how I feel, how I live my everyday life, and even the direction that I've gone in my life. That you just don't know what you're called to do until you start holding yourself more accountable. You have people that are holding you accountable, and truly is the ultimate way of investing in yourself. It really,
100%,
really is. So,
100% agree.
yep, get those applications in. They are due by the end of the day, Thursday. We will announce winners on Instagram Live on Friday, so be on the lookout for that. But let's
Hey.
get into the episode. We are coming off the tail end of HYROX Phoenix, and wow, what an incredible weekend! Just to kind of set the stage for everything, we've been having this on the calendar for months, months and months because number one, it was a major. Over 15,000 people competed in it, which
Wow.
is a big deal. Number two, I've got a lot of family out there, so I was really looking forward to having everybody out there and having everybody watch. And there was maybe my dad and uncle were going to compete at the time. We didn't really know, and they ended up competing this weekend. So that was another thing, but it was just something that was on the calendar and also sort of like an A race for me to go continue crushing goals, but also for you because you signed up for it and you did it as well. So
Yeah.
it was a lot of buildup. And before we even get into that, just want to say thank you to my family who came out. I know my mom, Ryan, Jenica, you guys flew out from Colorado. My dad and Sonia drove out from California. Amanda driving in from school in Tucson, you driving all the way out from from Oklahoma, 14 hours one way, and then all my family members there in the area who went out and supported us. Thank you so much for doing that. So, Austin, with all that being said, what are your like immediate thoughts coming away from the weekend?
I thought what was really cool is I know that's your family, but like I told my mom, I told my wife, like it's like I feel like I was just welcomed right in. Like I couldn't have asked for a better environment for like my first race. I was so calm, and I was just like, this is really weird. I usually get a little bit anxious before events, and I was calm as a cucumber. Even like in the tunnel, like I was still able to hit over a minute on the breath hold before I went out. Like I was like, okay, something is different. This is nice.
Yeah.
That honestly was just, I would say my favorite part was getting to hang out with everybody.
Yep.
Really just had a good time in that case. You know, it was for me having a 12-week-old baby at home. That was very different days there for a few, and I just felt really relaxed and ready to get back after it whenever I got back. The race itself, definitely enjoyed it and had a good time with it. Learned a lot, learned how important that 1K is, and really having a good fine-tuning setting on that. You know,
Hmm.
understanding what's your fast 1K, medium 1K, slow 1K is like being able to really time this and like shift the gears as needed, understanding exactly where you're at with it. You know, kind of like in the sense of when you start lifting, like I can take, you know, a bar out on a bench press and immediately know like, hey, this is probably going to be this today. Like this is what we've
Hmm.
got in the tank. Being able to do that same thing with running, especially 1Ks in the high rock setting. I mean, it's just truly is critical. I know it seems simple whenever you look
Hmm.
at the race structure, but I mean, it really is like you nail that. You're far into the portion of what you really need to for the race, especially as beginner intermediate.
Yeah, and that's a great point because even yesterday we you sent me a video over going over we know exactly what I need to work on and we'll get into it, but you were already like, I felt the race, I know what this is, I know what we need to do to improve. Specifically talking about myself, and that's really exciting is it's cool for you to understand that because I feel like as a coach, you can say and put together these ideologies, but until you experience it, you really don't know until you know, and now you know. So it makes you that much better of a coach and that much more in tune with what needs to happen during the race. It's like you said, you pick up a bar off the rack and you know immediately, oh, this is what I need to do today. This is what it feels like today. It's intuitive, so it
Yeah.
becomes more intuitive as time goes on. Uh, but yeah, those are great thoughts. You're absolutely right. I felt like you just meshed right in with my family. You came in, you hung out, we got to hang out. It was just it was a lot of fun to have you there and to kind of share my family with you, and you kind of come in there as well as a newer part of my life, and it was really cool to see the two mesh together. So I'm glad that you felt like
I
that.
like Well, I look back at that and I was like, I was just going in the kitchen, like grabbing a pan here and there, this, that, there, like didn't think twice about anything. I really felt like I was like, wow, I'm just at home. Like
Yep.
it was, yeah. The only thing I wish would have been different race wise, when we were in Dallas, I got so much out of watching you go through the race. Like
Mhm.
I had adrenaline here when I was doing that. Me running, my adrenaline was here. Like so much higher here. As soon as I got done with the race, I was immediately out, talking about your performance, Ben performance. Like I didn't even think about mine yet. It's like people ask, well, how'd the race go? It's like the point of this race isn't about me doing a race. I
Mhm.
don't really care. I'm just trying to understand the sport at a little bit deeper level. I know if you'll go do it, I didn't know what the warm up rooms look like. I didn't know what that process is. I don't know that I only have like 10, 15 minutes by the time I get down there. Like, I don't know any of those things. Now I do
Right.
know, though, and we're able to put better pieces in place, talking to people about how they travel there, understanding better travel guides and how to actually set this up so you come into a good position, not coming in and having to eat a lot of food at night and then
Yep.
have the digestion still going all night and being, sluggish that and then poor recoveries the next day, understanding why it's important to show up early. There's so many factors that I just think maybe you gloss over when you're just talking about it. You got to
Mhm.
some of it, I think.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. It's all an experience and kind of diving into that experience. Number 1, the weather was incredible. We showed up We went down to the venue. The venue itself was cold if you're just walking around. Like, I had to put a sweater on when we were walking around checking out the course. We got there
You're
a
getting
little
too lean.
early.
That's all that means.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I don't have enough body fat to keep me warm. We went down there to check out the course about 2 to 2.5 hours before we actually, started because you just went 10 minutes after me, so we were neck and neck. And we went down there and watched Tanner and Luke for a little bit and a couple other people, and it was chilly down there. And by the time we got outside, it was way nicer outside, and the sun was still up, and actually a lot of people were warming up outside. Typically, in these conventions, people are running in the convention halls getting warmed up. They're getting stretched on the carpet, but there were people outside stretching on the concrete, on the concourse outside. It was incredible, like, just a really amazing way to get started with the event itself. And by the time you got down there to the tunnel, it was pretty much go time. They didn't let you down there till 30 minutes before your wave. I went down there about 15 minutes before just so I could touch some ergs, some stations, and then do my breath work in the tunnel before I went out there. And it was a cool experience going down the escalator to that area. Was it not a
They
pretty
had that pretty sick setup how they went about it. I'm not gonna lie on that. It surprised me. Every event surprises me. Like, they do really well with organization of these events.
Yeah, they really do. They really do. And the event itself, I covered pretty much how I felt about it in my recent YouTube video, at the end of it, and you see the events, me doing them. The big takeaways that I have from it is my family being there to scream and shout and show their support was amazing. I heard everything that they said. I said it in my video. And even in my Instagram post, I never heard anybody cheering for me growing up playing baseball, but I heard everything that everybody was saying in this event. I heard everything that each person heard their voice, and I wasn't always looking at them, but it was just so cool to feel them and hear them in that environment, but also to be able to share the HYROX experience because I really do enjoy the sport a lot, and sharing the experience with them and having them see my hard work come out and express itself on the floor, and to have a PR of 103.21 was amazing. And it was really cool. And starting out my runs for the first three, I believe, were 354, and then it was like 350, 344, 355, and then a 4. And I was pretty much in those waves. But man, that sled push, I don't know about you, but that sled push felt heavy on on Saturday.
Gotta be strong and just be a power lifter.
I know.
My legs hurt. My legs just hurt. The whole every run, my legs hurt. I mean,
Yes.
I'd say I was running blind. My watch, I couldn't get it to track my paces, and I didn't even know if I had any penalties for running too many laps, not enough laps. Like, I would tune out when I was running and just get really relaxed. I'm like, man, this is nice.
Yeah,
And
you
then
just
like, oh yeah, go back to a station now. Go suffer again.
what was your least favorite station if you had to put one on there?
Least favorite station? Mm. Honestly, I just didn't enjoy the farmer carry. Like,
Yeah.
I could do it and it was fine. I just didn't enjoy it. Like,
Mhm.
there's nothing about it that I was like, yeah, this is good. Like, I just tried to jog with the weights, like do, popping through there. I don't know. I just didn't enjoy the farmer carry. I didn't see the
Yeah,
point, I guess, of it.
right. I think it's one of those mental tests in your brain. Number 1, not to drop it, and
Yeah,
number 2, how quick can you go? And your grip starts to hurt, your traps start to hurt. At least for me, that's what I felt. My traps were on fire. My grip is actually, this is the first race, my grip almost, like, I felt like I really had to hold on this time. It's because my
really.
hands were a little sweaty.
Sweaty.
They were a little sweatier than normal, which is weird because it was so cool in the venue. But that I can totally understand that with the farmer carries. I would say mine was definitely the sled push this time around. I didn't have any issues with it in Dallas, and the carpet turf in Dallas was not as
Great.
good as in
You
Vegas,
thought it
but
was worse. So you'd say
HYROX
Vegas
Phoenix.
easiest, Dallas a little bit harder, this one the hardest when it came to the carpet and the sleds.
Yeah, I would say Vegas, Dallas, this one. Yep.
Wow. Okay.
Yep. Yep. But everything felt, the sled pull was great. We really hammered posterior chain work and sled work and technique and all of those things in
Barbell
the
row,
8,
barbell row,
9
barbell row.
barbell row, barbell row, barbell row. I
Banded bar
felt
banded barbell row is just, like, spanned
yeah.
the heck out of it.
And I was really surprised coming out of the sled pull, a lot of people's runs aren't that great. Like, I was still in the 401. That was still okay because I felt confident in there, and I actually caught my breath a little bit on some of those.
Yeah.
I the second length of the sled pull, I was like, "Okay, whew, like, let me catch your breath." I got it down, and then the 3rd and 4th, I caught my breath. I was like, "Slow down, like, you don't have to go too fast, control your breathing," and it all worked out from there.
Yeah.
But that was awesome. I'm trying to think of anything. Oh, during the farmer's carry, this is what happened in Dallas. This is why I cramped super bad in my lunges and why I fell apart on wall balls, is because I cramped right after during the farmer carries in Dallas. For some reason, just the pounding on the ground whenever you're running with it just puts a huge emphasis on my inner quads. So when I came out of it, I was starting to do my run and my quads were locking up already. I'm like, "Oh my gosh, please don't do this." And then I remembered I still had a applesauce in my pocket and I totally
Yeah.
forgot. So I whipped it out, I slammed it, closed it. I did the whole run. They were still locking up on me. I was like, "Ah, let's see how long this takes." I get to the sandbag lunges and I'm doing my step throughs and my quads are still locking up and I'm like, "Oh crap." But as soon as I got done with the first 25 meters, because there's 100 meters you had to do of the lunges, it went away. That it feels
It
like the
broke free.
applesauce. What's that?
Wow. Like it broke free, like the tissue finally was like, okay, cool. We'll let you do what you need.
Yes, yes, it broke
Interesting.
free. It was like it hit me after the 25 meters, and then I was good to go the rest of the way. At that point, it was just fatigue. But from there, the run going into wall balls was fine. It was slower, but we're gonna minimize those margins. But the wall balls, this is where I truly had a breakthrough. Shout out Jack Driscoll. He had a right before I came out to Phoenix, there was one more quality session I did on Saturday. I actually accidentally did two. And he did a seminar before and they were like, "What do you do on wall balls?" And he said, "I just go for broke. I go for broke until I can't, and then you just piece the puzzle together for the rest." So I took that to heart. I'm like, you know what? Let's just grit it out. Let's go till I absolutely can't anymore. My nervous system's just like, you gotta stop. I got to 59 unbroken to start the wall balls, which is a PR for me. I've
Huge.
done 100 unbroken with a 13-pound ball in training before, but not with the 20. So that was a really big thing. I did 13 or 14 more and got to 73, took another break, and then I finished out the last 27. I think I had 2 no reps in the last 27. I had like 4 or 5 overall, but overall some pretty clean reps, really good cadence, and I felt super strong finishing it out. Tired, but really good mental break there for me.
I'm excited for the wall ball cycle that we talked about. People have, I don't want to give out too much on that one. People have to stick around and just watch that. That's me getting in the weeds of some of the stuff I know. I'm keeping that one a little bit secret. Surely some other people have done it, but with where we're at right now, I think such a interesting strategy. I mean, that's
Yeah.
probably the last time you ever don't do 100 unbroken.
Oh,
God, your
all
poor
right.
legs, your poor soul
My poor
on those.
soul. Hey, I do this willingly. I promise I do this willingly. So,
Central
but
governor theory, man. Central governor theory.
yeah, Central Governor Theory. If you guys ever want to read a really good book, it's called Peak by Dr. Mark Bubbs. It's incredible. And it talks a little bit about central governing theory, but a lot of other good stuff. We're talking about being master generalists, where you can really if you can, it's almost like just understanding everybody else's perspectives and not just your own. You're willing to understand a strength coach, you're willing to understand an endurance coach, you're willing to understand a nutritionist and use all of the things that they do well and put it all together to make you the best person, athlete, overall wellness and well-being. It's super important. So give that a look.
Absolutely.
Uh, just kind of wrapping up my thoughts on the race. I'm really happy about it. Another PR, 2 minutes and 38-second PR and 37
In the
seconds,
middle
something
of
like
a
that.
move after being married, all there were so many things in that. It's like I was trying to just coming into it, I was like, I don't want Gabe to get too hyped and like too gung ho on like this is gonna be this, this is gonna be this. But was it the day before the race? I texted was like 63:15.
Yep.
The next day I'm like 63:15, 63:21. It was so freaking close. I don't even know where that number came from. It was just like 63, like this is the number. Like I
Yep.
think this is it. Like this is it.
Yep.
When you got done, you're like 63:20. I was like, wait, that's
You're
like
like, wait,
basically
what?
right. Yeah. It was really cool to see that.
Yeah, and it was within my goal. I had set a goal between 63 and 63:30, and I think that's how you came up with the 63:15. And so we hit the mark. It was a lot, and like you said, it was. But from Dallas ended. It was Thanksgiving, and then Lauren moved back from Greece, and then we had to get ready for a wedding. We had the wedding, and then we had moved. We came to New York to apartment hunt, and my body wanted to get sick at that point. And then we had Christmas, and then we had packing for Lauren to come to New York, and then we had New Year's, and then Lauren left for New York, and then I had to pack up my entire house in 5 days, and then I traveled across the country for 20 hours with a dog, and then I got here and I trying to find places to train. It was all these things, but it's just so cool that even though all that happened, I still had good recoveries. I still had good sleep towards the end of the block, not in the middle of it. The last 2.5, 3 weeks, I had good sleep finally when I got here to New York. But thankfully, or else probably the race wouldn't have gone the way it did.
We were just trying to it was interesting just trying to stay ahead of things as it was going, like, that's what was so good is we've been together so long that I feel like it's funny when I say this because I feel like we're having to like both step out of ourselves. Like you're having to step out of yourself. I'm having to step
Yes.
from it and like look at this thing from over the top of it and be like, okay, what's going on? What's needed? What is the body responding to? It's how's the mental capacity? Where are these things at? Where is our recoverability at? What do we need to take on? We did a little bit less those
Yeah.
last 2, 3 weeks than usual. And I think it really allowed you to come in and express your fitness, which was really, really cool to see how it all came together for me.
Yeah. I appreciate
I
it.
don't
And
I don't
it's,
think people realize how hard, like, that was not a easy, efficient, "Well, just do this and just do this," and it was like, we're having to find pieces as we're going exactly how to keep this thing maneuvering. It'd be like you're trying to make this world-renowned recipe and 10 of the ingredients are gone, and then you have 4 other
yeah,
brands of this instead of these brands, and it's like, "Okay, how can we still take this and get what we need out of it?" And we did.
exactly.
That made me really happy for the both of us in that preparation.
Yeah, absolutely. And but before we kind of wrap up, because this is going to be a shorter episode, and we just wanted to quickly recap a little bit and just talk about the scholarship and everything. But before we do that, do you have any last thoughts on the race or on the weekend itself?
No, I've just been working on a cool guide and hopefully, Dan Jack liked that thing. So I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe I'll talk more about it as I go. I had a really fun time putting it together, but we'll see. We'll talk about it.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt. Well, again, one last shout out to everybody that was there. Thank you so much for being there. Shout out to my dad and Kyle completing their first HYROX 1 hour and 33 minutes. They did awesome. They're both so fired up. They're ready to do another one in the fall. We're thinking Boston in September. If Boston's back in September again, that would be amazing. Obviously, they haven't announced it, but that's what they did last year.
Be
So that
huge.
would be an amazing race to go to. It's only a 5 hour train ride for something like that for me, so a 7 hour or something like that. But it would be really, really cool to go do that. And then shout out Robbie for finishing off the weekend on a strong note for the Jacobos. It's always awesome to see him. He was the one that helped me get into the sport. He answered all my questions. He had already done it before, and he's always somebody that I could bounce ideas off of and just chit chat with about fitness. And I love talking to him about his triathlons and things like that. So Robbie, let us know if you need a coach, man. Let us know. But other than that, shout out Tanner and Lou getting it done. Tanner and Shiloh getting it done out there. Their Tulsa training fam doing what they do. It's
Freaking
great
beast.
job out there. They're all great. So that's all we got for today. Again, scholarships. Scholarships. They are due. Applications are due by Thursday at the end of the day. We will announce winners on Instagram Live on Friday. Please fill those out. If you're ready to take that next step and invest in yourself and do what you need to do, again, it's like Austin said. I'm not. I it feels scary investing in yourself in that way because you're like, I'm not an athlete. I'm not a professional athlete. I don't need to do this. But when you really make that investment in yourself and you execute daily on those habits and you stay consistent, look at the way things happen in your life. Look at how you elevate. See what happens in just 3 months, not in just how you feel, but what is surrounding your life and how it starts to elevate as you get better.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I couldn't said it any better.
So, but again, thank you so much for checking out Unfiltered Wellness. We got more stuff coming your way. We just wanted to do a quick check in. We've got more guests coming soon. Some more you and I just talking and about some different training modalities we're going to have incorporating into these next blocks. But those are conversations for another day. Austin, thank you so much for joining me today, man.
Gabe, vice versa. Just big thanks to you, your family again, man. Truly had a great time.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. All right, we'll catch you guys later. Peace.